Hello Virgo, welcome to your February 2019 general horoscope reading. Drop a comment below, Virgo. Share just how you're doing, how you're feeling, what's going on. We're here to support you, me, your fellow earth signs here, so think of it as like a support group. Share away, yeah. So Virgo, I just have to say a quick thank you to all of you out there. I work with some phenomenal Virgos. In fact, even in the past, I've just worked with several Virgos, and they just make the best co-workers, and you guys really are special in so many ways. So anyways, there you go. Thanks for that. And before we get right into the psychic message with the tarot and everything here, I have to share with you a couple of astrological things. One being a prediction here that I'm making. So, on the 2nd of February, we have, I just forgot, Groundhog Day. So we have Groundhog Day happening on the 2nd. And the moon is going to be in Capricorn, okay? Capricorn's ruler is Saturn, also known as the malefic planet, because it usually has a bit more teaching that it gives, and it's about the shadow side. And Capricorn energy is known to be father time or father winter as well. So, knowing this information and it being Groundhog Day, my prediction is that the groundhog will see his shadow, and if the groundhog does see his shadow, then we have 6 more weeks of winter, at least here in the northern hemisphere in the States. So, we shall see how that works out. Now, also on this day, we have a trine going on between Venus and Uranus. So, wow, this can bring some really positive changes, sudden changes, and unexpected occurrences that all have to relate to your love life, relationships, also how you experience pleasure. What you do to experience pleasure. That kind of stuff. You just might find on this day some surprising, unexpected insights or happenings in that area. So, woohoo! Look out for that, Virgo. Alright, so taking you down here now for the psychic messages. Let's see what else pops through. Feel free to take a couple of deep breaths with me, Virgo. Just to kind of center yourself here. And I can tell you, Virgo, right off the bat, this is going to be quite a special month for you. Especially when it comes to the 19th, because we do have a full moon in your sign. So that can always bring extraordinary enlightenment to you and occurrences. Okay, I feel like that's where the cards stop. Here we go. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Virgo, what did I say? I brought up your full moon and you got the moon card up here. And in the 3rd week, wow. Anyways, I'm excited to talk to you, Virgo. Okay, so I'm going to get you a romance angel message as well, since we are approaching Valentine's Day on the 14th. So, this message is going to revolve all around guidance with your love, relationship, and intimate life, your dating life if you're dating. Okay, I feel like that's where it stops. This one is calling to me here. Alright, Virgo. let's go over the messages here. Ooh. Alright, here we are. So, let's start with your romance angel card. Your guidance is to trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, so you know, Virgo, if there's any kind of doubt going on with your partner in your intimate life, have a little bit of faith. Just trust. Just trust. You don't have to have all the answers or be in complete knowing at this time with what's going on. Just trust. Trust the other person. Trust the relationship. Now, if you're single, this card is really calling for you to simply have faith that that connection and soulmate will show up in due time. And that simply now is not the right time. And you'll know. You'll know when it's meant to be. You know, that T word, timing, can be a bitch, can be an unfortunate word to hear sometimes, but that is what is coming through for you, Virgo. You know, I'm getting here too. It's funny, in this picture, the angel is holding an arrow. And so it's like your love guides or your romance angels here in February want to ping you with an arrow, or ping the other person with an arrow. Be like, all right, it's time to fall in love, or it's time to further commit, whatever. But there's a little bit of hesitation there because you're being asked to trust. So there you have it. Let's go into the first week for you, Virgo. First week, all right, so we have the new moon happening on the 4th of February in Aquarius. This moon is really asking you, especially Virgo, where do you need to shake things up? Where with your routines, your daily tasks even? What needs to be shook up there? What traditions, what patterns may you need to evolve and move away from? Aquarian energy is all about breaking through, being the rebel, and creating change. And a greater change in perspective. So you have the Page of Pentacles in the Tower here. That's what this energy is speaking towards. Tower is very much Uranian energy for you. Okay, Uranian energy is strong. So know that, especially if there's something that you've recently begun, you're in the beginning stages of creating, whether it be a health plan or just some physical work that you got going on, Virgo, there might be a little bit of a breakdown in the first week. You might be invited and asked to completely change or revolutionize your approach. Okay? Completely begin anew, like going back to the drawing board, really, with something. You're being invited to go back to the drawing board. Okay? Your guides are really wanting to liberate you from some sort of... I'm getting, it really has to do with, it could even be a new learning course you're taking, but whatever it is that you especially have stepped right into, it's at its beginning stages, like I said, energy is really wanting to go ahead and shift you away from that or completely break it down. Tower is all about breaking it down so it can build a better, stronger foundation. So that is what is going on and showing up in that first week for you. So watch out for that, because it can feel a little jarring, a little uncomfortable with the Tower energy. Not gonna lie, but it's wanting to destroy and remove what is not working for you, what's actually hindering you, Virgo. So that's going on. Okay, now in the second week, you have the Four of Swords and then the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, so reflecting on some decisions. It's immediately what comes to mind here. Reflecting on some decisions and getting some things sort of re-mapped out. Mentally planning. And then slowly tending to it. So yeah, in the second week here, we have around the second week, it's actually, I believe, on the 14th of February, where Mars is going back into Taurus, which is a slower paced movement. You might feel that kind of reluctance or stubbornness to move, or just a slowness, slowness as opposed to maybe what it's felt like in the last month, where it was in its home sign areas and it was like, go, go, go. So now it's a little bit of slow down, reflect, tend to things. There's like just a tending and almost nitpicking energy that is being asked of you and that is happening in the second week. I'm getting that finding some extra rest time in the second week is good for you too. And then, just like I said, moving at a slower pace. The Seven of Pentacles, especially, that's what I'm getting here. Yeah, he's watching and just slowly tilling the ground. His work that's in progress. The fruits that are growing. So Virgo, just give it a little tending, but give it time. That word time is big for you this month. Oh, goodness. And I'm showing here that moving at that kind of glacial pace and allowing yourself that process time, that nitpicky sort of time, that it is going to be, it's going to blossom and grow quite quickly. Within the third week, you have the Ten of Pentacles with the Six of Wands, Virgo. Woohoo! I love this. And this is right around your full moon. Full moons are about the full culmination of things. Things coming full circle. Everything adding up. So there's something that's really adding up and being finished, being completed in the third week for you. It's magnificent. And the rewards and recognition is there for you, however small, however big. I mean, woo! There could be some extra money coming to some of you Virgos, some recognition in the workplace for a job well done, or just service that you have been doing, public community service, whatever it is, Virgo. It is being recognized and you're getting the pat on the back in the third week here. It's beautiful. There's definitely some celebrating to be had in the third week. And I'm getting that there's some really good foundations that are really blossoming there in that third week. Things that have turned around, especially whenever you make this adjustment that we talked about up here with the Tower. Yeah, you're being put in the limelight, especially in that third week. And when it comes to family, close relationships, but also, like I said, your public relations your image, relationship to the community that you're in, even, especially if you do public service of any kind. This looks really exciting and positive. There's a jump, there's a leap happening here in the third week. So that full moon is looking really benefic and just positive for you. So yay! Let me see if I wrote down anything else about your full moon. Okay, so your planet Mercury is going to be conjunct Neptune. And so this is pretty positive. This is a pretty positive aspect going on with your planet and your polar opposites. So there's some support and leaps. And then in the fourth week, Virgo, you have the Five of Swords with the moon. So then this is kind of the shadow side of your full moon coming out, like a few days after the full moon, couple days, few days after, where there's some subconscious feelings that are needing to surface, that are needing to be discussed, that are going more than likely to be discussed here, especially with that Five of Swords energy. Okay, so there could be an argument or just some really intense discussion going on in that fourth week. Five of Swords. And you know, I'm getting to that it's tied to how you are processing things up here with the Four of Swords, because it's right above it. There's something about your process or how you processed that in the second week that the other person or persons involved here that they didn't quite grasp or understand, or perhaps it wasn't translated very well. And so in the fourth week, you're kind of revisiting that and having to just share more of that vision or processing that you went through, that you were trying to map out in the second week. Okay, so that's being brought up, but it's being brought up with someone, you know, whether it be your partner, your friends, the community circle that you're in. Okay, there could be, with the moon influencing the Five of Swords here, just a secret sort of agenda, or just an agenda that you or even someone else had that just wasn't made known until now here in the fourth week. And so it's a little unexpected. It's a little showing us to be a little bit upsetting or emotional. But it's something that will be brought up and discussed here at the fourth week. And it's really important to just get deep with your feelings. The moon relates to Pisces and Cancer energy, at least the way I read it here. And so with the sun shifting into Pisces too, this is bringing attention, Virgo, to your partnership, relationship area of your chart, of your life. So, communication is key, I'm getting here. And communicating whatever it is maybe that you've been suppressing and working through what they might be suppressing. But then also I'm getting here that this has to deal with a little bit going back to the shadow side, where if you or a loved one are working through any kind of addiction here, trying to overcome an addiction, moving past that full moon is going to be beneficial for you in the way of finding solutions, finding a good exercise routine to help you break that addiction, get off that addiction, or finding the right kind of foods or medicine to break that addiction. That's what I'm getting here. It could be an addiction that's just kind of getting in the way of some things, whether it be you or them. but it's something that is being discussed, brought up, and then obviously really illuminated by the full moon there. And you're getting solutions though, and how to fix that. So it's quite beautiful. So just look out for that and what area that might be affecting you. But beautiful overall, transformative, whew, and that third week, my, I'm excited to hear from you, Virgo, what all this is, how it transpires, all right? So please let me know if this message spoke to you in any form of fashion, then please share it with a friend, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. It really does help support the creative and intuitive work I do here. And check out my latest Limelight Laughs video. All right, I love spreading the giggles and the laughs, so check that out if you haven't yet. And if you do want to do a personal reading with moi, or if you just want to connect with me more on social media, Facebook, you name it, all that information is in the descriptions box as always. So Virgo, I will see you in the next video. Take care for now.